To borrow a phrase, Republicans never miss an opportunity to miss an opportunity. They still don't have a Speaker of the House and are now arm-twisting to rally support behind firebrand conservative Jim Jordan. Jordan ended up with a lot fewer votes than anybody thought he would during the one vote today. They've canceled votes for later tonight. Turns out members of Congress, Republicans specifically, do not like it when other Republicans bully them.
Some were anonymously telling sources that they were getting bullied into vote. Was any of that a turnoff for some of these members?
I believe it was. I've talked to a couple of members where they felt that that's just not what they needed. I think some of the pressure campaigns have backfired. They have not worked.
Wright is here, associate research scholar and lecturer at Princeton University. It's good to see you. Welcome back.
Hey, thank you.
Welcome back, especially in studio. Does this really all matter, how dysfunctional Republicans appear?
Of course it does. I mean, it matters politically, which is, I'm sure, what we spend most of our time talking about, but practically. I mean, committees can vote, but if they bring legislation forward, they can't even bring it to the floor.
It's not like the House really was doing much anyway.
That's the problem. It's the problem that people think that the Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives is impotent. They are not. They have immense powers.
You study this stuff, and Republicans talk to me about this all the time, and senior Republicans lament it all the time to me, that Nancy Pelosi had the same thin margin and never had this problem, and yet Republicans, literally, it is a clown show.
And they called it with Pelosi the iron fist and the Gucci glove. And she really did exercise her control, not out in public, bashing each other. She had plenty of contentious back and forth with the squad. It happened behind closed doors. And essentially her message was, if you want to actually make progress on legislation, you better work with us, because tweeting and talking about it is not the same thing. She called the Green New Deal the Green Dream or whatever. That was her phrasing.
And
she did exercise control over the squad.
She had carrots and she had sticks, and she was willing to use both, perhaps, in a way. I want to get this. Yeah. President Trump this morning got behind Jim Jordan. Then Jordan lost the first straw poll, you might call it, inside among Republicans in a secret ballot. Now Jordan is about to go up for a vote today, and this is what Donald Trump said. Take a listen.
I think Jim Jordan will be a great speaker. I think he'll be. I think he's going to have the vote soon, if not today, over the next day or two, and I think he'll end up being a great speaker.
Reasonable people can agree Donald Trump's going to be the nominee of the Republican Party right now. He's 50-plus points ahead of anybody else. Mm-hmm. How does his endorsement not matter more?
Well, because the other Republicans have to vote for this. I mean, people were surprised that there were 20 holdouts today. I wasn't. There are 18 Republicans that serve in districts Joe Biden won. This is a huge problem for them, and they don't necessarily care what Trump thinks. And I'm sure he does love Jim Jordan. They talked twice on January 6th. He was a central architect, talked to Giuliani about using the claim of fraud to challenge the election results. So yes, this is someone in a Trumpian orbit. But I would just go back to the fact that, you know, it is important to move legislation to the floor. Aid to Israel is extraordinarily important. We fund about 16% of their military budget. They depend on us. We depend on them. And the Democrats have a situation right now where, for the first time in March, since Gallup's been measuring this since 2023, net support for Palestine among Democrats surpassed that of Israel. This is an issue among Democrats. You have members of the Democratic coalition, members of the party that say Israel's a racist state. That's straight out of the Soviet playbook from the mid-20th century. I mean, these are things Republicans typically can be proud of, and they can point to the other party where there's problems. There's inane people in the Republican Party, too. But this is really a time where we have a major challenge internationally. Republicans are strong on that issue, and they're not able to point at Democrats because they're so dysfunctional.
They can't capitalize on it.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's good to see you as always. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.